Hey guys, WWK here, and I'm going to walk you through some of the cards in the game and just give my opinion on how they work. So here we've got Assassinate. It's Factionless ability. For 6 mana it'll allow you to kill any character. Now it doesn't specify that's on the battlefield, so it can target commanders and creatures in the deployed zone. So this is a pretty standard staple. All round a pretty good card to have in your deck at all times. It's an uncommon, so you will be getting them, but they won't be everywhere. Cartographer is a 2/2 for 3, and when you play him you get to search for a location card from your deck and put it into your hand. So he goes and fetches other cards. For the body it's not all that good for the price, but if your deck really relies on a location, he's pretty decent. Conscripted Militia is the unlimited character for Factionless. So it's a 2/2 for 3 again, but it has the added ability of it gets +1/+1 for each other conscripted militia in the same zone as it. So say you have 3 of them in defense, they're all going to be 4/4. If you have, I don't know, 10 of them in assault, they're all going to be 11/11. So the more you have, the more powerful they get. It just gets a little bit tricky sometimes, like say if they all have 3 damage left and you kill 3 of them, they're all going to die all at once. So you got to watch out for cards like Winds of War, which we'll get to a bit further on. Defense Golem, a 0/10 for 3, so he just blocks basically. He is decent because he's an artificial character, so he plays well with Genesis strategies, but otherwise I wouldn't really waste a whole lot of time with him. Explore is a great card for 4 mana, 4 resources. If you don't have a location card in play, you can search your library for a location card and get it and put it into your hand. If you do have a location card in play, it lets you draw an extra 3 cards. My only issue with this card is the artwork, but that's only because I hate girls with belly button rings. Field Engineer, it used to be one of my favourite cards, but apparently what I liked about it was a bug and it got fixed. But for 2 you get a 2/2, and at the end of turn, if Field Engineer is in the defense zone, you repair 2 damage from your fortress. Originally, if say you were getting attacked by flying creatures and they flew over the top and hit you, if you went down to 0 life, he'd patch it up and you'd be at 2 at the end of your turn. And people complained, and apparently it was revealed as a bug and they fixed it up. I think if you can manage to keep a 2/2 alive in your defense zone, you know, you should get an extra 2 life a turn, because it is in no way a game-breaking ability, but there you go. Grave Rob for 2, remove target player's graveyard from the game. Yeah, the only deck this really helps against is against Genesis Unending Drones, or to a much lesser extent the zombies, Endless Horde, but no one really plays those decks, so yeah, I wouldn't be running that card in any of my decks. Loyal Soldier with his snazzy new art. He seems really plain and boring, a 2/2 for 1, but I have started using him in some decks if I need filler, and you know, it's pretty decent to get some early threat in. The Martyr Golem. Now this, if you backed on the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo campaign, you're guaranteed one of these. When I first saw it, they didn't have the heal ability, and all damage that would be dealt to a character you control is redirected to Martyr Golem. He's a 3/7 for 5, In theory, I think this card really sucks. By the time you've got 5 resources to play him, the creatures that they're dropping are gonna pretty much kill him in one turn. But he seems to find his way into every single one of my decks. His ability is quite useful. So overall, I'd probably give him a 7 or 8 out of 10. He's a legendary card. You're not going to come across very many of them, but they are just remarkably useful. Like, I can't explain why I like it so much when on paper it seems like a really bad idea. But there you go. Also combos very well with Genesis. Mortar Cannon. We finally got some direct damage in the game. So for a 0-3 for 4, pay 3 and exhaust it. It deals 4 damage directly to the enemy player. Pretty decent. Good for control decks. I like to combo it with Varroa strategies. And this is probably one of my favourite arts in the game. And I'm still downloading, so it's not animating. But she flies through the sky. It looks pretty awesome. So this is Redaria, the Untouchable. She's got Flying, Untouchable, which means she can't be targeted with spells or abilities by either you or your opponent. She only attacks if she's alone, and every second time she deals damage to an enemy fortress, she gains +1/+1. So again, she's more for control. In Alpha, when Untouchable, it meant only your opponent couldn't touch them. She was paired up with Genesis for Secluded Constructor, and she got really big really quickly. So back then she was aggro, now she's control. Shikana, who demands tribute, a 9/9 flyer for 6, and at the start of your turn you sacrifice a character other than Shikana. If you don't, Shikana takes his ball and goes home. Well, he kills all characters on the battlefield and then leaves the game. So it's a good wrath effect that's also attached to a giant body. So yeah, I will go in depth on this card because this is one of the ones that I really don't like on paper, but when I play with it, it just has so many different possibilities. You might see how I use it in my Bionic Paladin video. But yeah, he's a good bluffing tool. I like him. The Calamity, 10, remove all characters from the game. So that includes the command zone. It doesn't include hand, deck, or graveyard. But yes, this card I have a bittersweet relationship with. I love to use it. I hate it getting used against me. If it doesn't fit the opponent's strategy, like if someone's racing me with Flame Dawn deck and I slow them down and then on turn 10 they drop the Calamity, it just aggravates me because, you know, why is it even in their deck? But yeah, a very strategic card when used correctly. Varus, Master of Choice. This is a very interesting card that shows where the design space can go. A 4/4 for 6. If you use him as a commander, you cannot have more than one copy of any card in your deck. And then you can pay 5 to search your deck for a card and put it straight into your hand. I really feel that to make that for the commander ability work, I really feel as if though he should count as one of every faction. I've put in many suggestions asking for this, but so far no dice. But I like the fact that some creatures have special abilities if they're selected as commanders, so I really want to see more of that coming along. Then we have the Wealthy Noble. There is a lot of controversy around this card at the moment because he gives you 1 extra resource and he only costs 1, so they're saying there's no risk or reward. They're also saying that being factionless, he can go in any deck, and you know, people shouldn't have that. They're saying it should be confined to Warpath. I personally don't have a problem with the card. I think if you're taking up a deck slot or a commander slot even, and that he's so easy to remove, you're limiting other options. I also feel that games are more exciting if you can go that bit faster, or if your opponent's going faster and you're playing catch up, I feel it adds more memorable moments to the game. But everyone has their own opinions, so that's mine on this matter. And finally we have Winds of War, which unfortunately isn't animating because it's a sexy one as well. For 6, it deals 3 damage to all deployed characters. So, as we've covered before, deployed is offense, defense, and support zone. So it'll wipe out the Wealthy Noble, it'll wipe out Brings Life by Passing, Secluded Constructor if it's in support zone. It'll wipe out all the support creatures that generally aren't in combat. So it's a decent card to have as well. It also wreaks havoc on Flame Dawn strategies. So there we go, guys. That's a look at all of the Factionless cards in Infinity Wars in the beta, and I hope you've enjoyed having a chance to have a look at the cards that you might otherwise not have been able to see. And until next time, I'll see you next time.